Good afternoon, welcome to Camnet TV Media News. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. The headlines. Police accuse detainees of killing a fellow. Faith MUSONDA escapes jail. Join me with the media news in detail after this commercial.
Would you like to win some cool cash? Say no more. Stand a chance to win your share of 1 million kwacha. Simply make a transaction from your Zamtel mobile money account and you could be one of weekly winners of up to 10,000 kwacha. Be empowered with Zamtel mobile money. Dial *344# to activate your account. This promotion runs from 28th July to 31st October 2021. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
And now the media news in detail. Minister of Transport and Logistics Frank Tayali says government is seeking a refund from a named company that was paid about $7 million United States dollars for the purchase of 2 airlines by the previous Patriotic Front government, which have never been delivered. Speaking in an interview Thursday shortly after meeting with representative from Lafarge Zambia Limited, the minister says government has opened up a line of communication with the company and is waiting for a response. The minister says once the company responds the request, the nation will be informed on the next move in the shortest possible time. Meanwhile, the minister has told representatives of Lafarge Zambia Limited that government will work to improve the transport sector to ensure that transportation of goods is smoothly done to improve business.
No, look, what we're opening up lines of communication. We've said there were these monies that were deposited into your company, and obviously that aspect of purchase of planes is off the table for the moment, and we're seeking a refund. So what that does is that has opened lines of communication, so we are waiting to hear from them. And that once that happens, then we should be able to get back to you. But obviously in the shortest possible time.
Police have named 3 suspects in custody at Chilenge police station as being behind the murder of Adrian Banda, who is allegedly suspected to have died at the hands of the police. Police spokesperson Ray Hamunga has told Camnet News that an inquiry file to ascertain the cause of death was opened and 3 suspects in police custody have been identified as people who are alleged to have beaten the victim, which led to his death. Mr. Hamunga has named the 3 suspects as Augustine Katoti, aged 22, who is detained for burglary and theft, Jeremiah Piri, aged 19, who is detained for theft, and John Kakoma, aged 19, detained for robbery.
In a turn of events, police have washed their hands in the murder case labeled against them over the death of a 33-year-old man of Lusaka's Kuku compound identified as Adrian Banda, and have named 3 suspects who are already in police custody as being behind his death. Police spokesperson Ray Hamunga has told this reporter that on 14th October 2021 at around 05:38 hours, police at Chilenge police station received a report of criminal trespass and theft from motor vehicles from Sten Banda and Elias Kazumba, who brought one suspect by the name of Adrian Banda at the station. Mr. Hamunga says the suspect had bruises on both knees and seemingly okay and was detained at the police station. On the same day at around 17:30 hours, the suspect, now deceased, was reported to be unconscious in police lawful custody and was rushed at Chilenge Level 1 Hospital, where around 23:50 hours was pronounced dead.
The suspect was found within the premises with an iron bar and had bruises on both knees and seemingly okay, who was later detained. On the same day, on the 14th of October, around 17:30 hours, the suspect, now deceased, Adrian Banda, was reported to be unconscious in police lawful custody and was rushed to Chilenge Level 1 Hospital, where at 23:50 hours he was pronounced dead.
An inquiry file to ascertain his death was opened and 3 suspects in police custody were identified as people who are alleged to have beaten him. The 3 have been named as Augustine Katoti, aged 22, who is detained for burglary and theft, Jeremiah Piri, aged 19, who is detained for theft, and John Kakoma, aged 19, who is detained for robbery.
An inquiry file to ascertain his death was opened and 3 suspects in the police custody were identified as people who are alleged to have beaten him. These are Augustine Katoti, aged 22 years, who is detained for burglary and theft, Jeremiah Piri, aged 19, detained for theft, and John Kakoma, aged 19, detained for robbery. All the 3 are in police custody.
Family to the deceased that Wednesday accused police of murdering Mr. Banda after his body was discovered at the University Teaching Hospital mortuary. The family complained that they were never notified of the arrest of their family member until he was discovered in a mortuary after 5 days of searching, where they were later notified that he was brought in dead by police officers from Chilenje police station.
Pamene nafika kuja ku mortuary, mpamene napeza uja muntu ali mortuary ni wakufa. Sono po wafusa waja ku mortuary nakamba kuti uyu muntu anamuleta nikawa Chilenje police. Sono zonse zimene mungafuse kuti muzibe mwende kuti ku Chilenje. So pamene tinaenda kuja ku Chilenje kuja vanatifotokezera kuti uyu muntu ati anampasa mulandu wa trespassing. So chodabwisa kulilenje kuti ngati ni mulandu wa trespassing kodi umafunika upaya.
The postmortem is being done there. They have even cleaned the body. So we are surprised as family members. We are not allowed. We went there. The police officer they blocked us. We went there. We could see the bruise, how they brushed the body. The blood is clotting.
While police have on several occasions been accused of manhandling suspects in order to get them to confess to their crimes, protecting the victims until proven guilty still remains the #1 priority. The death of Mr. Banda, however, still raises eyebrows, as one would wonder how a suspect in lawful custody can be beaten at the point of death by his fellow suspects without police officers on duty hearing any pleas for help. Prudence Tota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
The Anti-Corruption Commission has possessed the 65 million kwacha and $57,900 property from Margaret Chisela Musonda, alias Faith Musonda. ACC Public Relations Officer Jonathan Siame, Joint Investigative Team from the Anti-Corruption Commission, Zambia Police Service, Drug Enforcement Commission, and Financial Intelligence Center has since concluded investigation involving Margaret Chisela Musonda, alias Faith Musonda, in which she was found in possession of 65,333,046 kwacha and $57,900, which was discovered in a house in New Kasama. He says on Friday, 15th October 2021, the state, using Section 80 of the Anti-Corruption Act No. 3 of 2012, entered into an undertaking not to institute criminal proceedings against Ms. Musonda on conditions that she fulfills the requirement of Section 80 of the Anti-Corruption Act No. 3 of 2012. Section 80 of the Act allows the state to grant amnesty to accused persons in certain instances on condition that they admit wrongdoing and return what they wrongfully acquired through corrupt practices. As required by law, Ms. Musonda has since made a full disclosure of the monies in question and has willingly surrendered the same to the state. She was charged with possession of property reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime, contrary to Section 7(1) of the Forfeiture of Proceeds of Crimes Act No. 19 of 2010. The state has also taken possession of the house in New Kasama in which the money was found. The house property subdivision number 4 of subdivision B of plot number 11279M, valued at 6 million kwacha, was owned by OCK Investment Limited, a company in which Ms. Musonda is a majority shareholder. The property was reasonably suspected to have been proceeds of crime. In other news, Democratic Party President Harry Kalaba has threatened to sue suspended DP Vice President Judith Kabemba and her other colleague for the offense of defamation of character. Speaking to Camnet News Thursday, Mr. Kalaba says the allegation labeled against him that he has been misappropriating party funds are not true but an assassination of character by Ms. Kabemba. Mr. Kalaba says Ms. Kabemba will need to provide evidence before the court of laws showing how he has been misappropriating funds.
As the saying goes, when the elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. Wrangles in the Democratic Party are far from being over, as the two heads of the party have continued to fight, bringing confusion into the party. While the suspended party vice president Judith Kabemba has been seen appearing on several media platforms, maintaining a position that President Harry Kalaba remains suspended from the party as he was only invited to act as party president, Mr. Kalaba, on the other side, has threatened to issue a lawsuit against Ms. Kabemba for defamation of character. Speaking to Camnet News shortly after appearing on a radio program, Mr. Kalaba says Ms. Kabemba will need to provide evidence to support her accusation that he has been misusing party resources.
I'm running for office of president, and any dent on my persona, we don't take it lightly. So she has to go and prove the allegations that he was misappropriating resources in the DPO. I do misappropriate resources in the party. I would want her to go and give specifics. Otherwise, that's very damaging to me, and I'm hate. And my character is being put on trial by a person who has never participated in bringing the level where it is.
At a meeting held on Wednesday at the party secretariat, DP National Secretary Jarvis Charlie equally disputed allegations that Mr. Kalaba has been misusing party funds and went ahead to suspend Ms. Kabemba and her two colleagues.
When you even know that this man is taking away the money that is supposed to feed his family, to sponsor the party activities, and you still want him to account for the same money. At the same time, he's accounting to his family why he's using. He's accounting to his family why he's misusing. He's actually misusing family monies in order for the party to run. So that cannot stand.
And when contacted for a comment, Ms. Kabemba said she will respond to the threats in due course. Meanwhile, the Federation for Democratic Process FODEP had stated that there is need for specific laws that will guide the formation and management of political parties in order to build strong political parties in a bid to safeguard the country's democracy. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
That news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. Police accuse detainees of killing a fellow. Faith MUSONDA escapes jail. Thank you for joining me. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Remember to always wear your mask, avoid crowded places, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Stay safe. Good afternoon.